Dennis Hobson has been on the disappointing side since coming over in the trade from the Nets. Now we're getting wild here. Wait a second. Two-hand over-the-head shot by Manute.
Fadeaway. You forgot to mention fadeaway on there.
Ball has hit his season high of 10. He's 3 for 6 from the field. Turner on the steal. And puts the move on King, who draws the foul. Now the 76ers with substitutions. Brian Oliver, rookie from Georgia Tech, a second-round draft pick, and Dave Hobson. Here's Dave, a four-year man from Nebraska, checking in with 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go in this fourth quarter.
Another former Atlanta Hawk, Dave Hoppen.
They are all over the map.
All over the place.
Dave Hoppen, originally a third-round pick of Atlanta back in '86, and he was acquired from Charlotte in the Armin Gilliam, Mike Jaminski trade.
A young man who had been projected to be a high first-round draft pick coming out of college and then wrecked his knee, tore it, and he was still hanging around there in the third round. The Hawks thought it would be a good gamble and drafted Dave. Nice to see him go to Charlotte and eventually play well, and now the 76ers pick him up.
Bulls by 18. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the ball game. Here's Williams off the head fake. Scott Williams matched with the rookie from St. John's, Jason Williams, who just came on. That's Jason Williams. And the Bulls lead it 98-82. So you're saying there could be a carryover effect to game 2 on Monday night coming off this kind of blowout.
Carryover effect for who?
Negative for the Philadelphia 76ers.
The 76ers will see this film a number of times before the next game, and will be reminded by Jim Ryan that they will have to come out and assert themselves a little bit harder and quicker in the next game.
Hobson fouled by Oliver. We'll be back in a moment.
Sometimes I dream I'm in Italy, driving this incredible sports car, and my boss is there. He says,
"We need a ride to the shareholders meeting."
Now, here's where it gets weird. The sports car has 4 doors. I mean, there's no such thing as a 4-door sports car. It's just a dream, right?
In trying to make an artistic statement, one should be careful not to let one's personal aroma do the talking. In order not to offend the critics, I recommend Right Guard Sport Stick. It provides maximum protection and the freshest scents, a sublime palette of odoriferous emanations. After all, a true artiste should be remembered for his inspiration, not his perspiration. Right Guard Sport Stick. Anything less would be uncivilized.
The average soda drinker likes to play records.
Give it up!
The average Minute Maid orange soda drinker likes to break them. The big orange taste of Minute Maid orange soda, the official soft drink of the NBA.
When you own your own business, you sweat every detail.
Avis is the only major rent-a-car company owned by its employees, and they're trying harder with a 49-step quality control program to give you a well-maintained car. Avis, we're trying harder than ever.
An innocent girl, a crazed kidnapper, a community enraged. David Soul stars in the chilling true story, Cry in the Wild, on NBC Monday.
Back in Chicago as we wind down today's Miller Genuine Draft Player of the Game, Michael Jordan. And on behalf of Michael, NBC and Miller Genuine Draft will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. Superb all-around game for Jordan. 29 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and he did it at both ends of the court.
Once again, doing what he had to do to get his teammates involved, and if they needed him, he was there to give them the scoring, to give them the defense. He's got a great feel for the game right now and where this team is and what they need to do to be successful in the playoffs.
Well, Dennis Hobson gets on the scoreboard as he hits his first of 2 from the foul line. Jason Williams with the rebound. Thanks, as always, to our producer, Tommy Roy, director, Andy Rosenberg, the master of the stat sheet, Mr. Stats, Elliot Kalb. As we come up on 2 minutes remaining of the game, here's Oliver, and he was hacked by Hobson. Both clubs have emptied the bench. A long day for the Philadelphia 76ers. Only Charles Barkley able to come through 10 for 13, but look at the rest of those stats.
In the point guard spot, 2 for 13 between Ricky Green, Andre Turner, an area where Phil Jackson expressed to us yesterday he had a deep concern, was going to pay special attention to that area, and they certainly did today.
And it led to a brutal shooting performance by the Sixers at 34%. Show you how far this game was out of hand. The Bulls had a 10-point lead or more for the entire contest except for 6 minutes. Armstrong giving Chicago a 101-84 lead. And as bad as a 17-point deficit is at this point, Williams rejected and then able to hit. It seems much worse than this.
You got the feeling today that the Bulls were never really threatened by the 76ers. They didn't have enough weapons out here today to really do the damage they had to if they were going to win this game. And Chicago just gained or regained control of the tempo, momentum, whatever they wanted to.
High point man of the game, Jordan 29, Pippen 24. Cartwright came out strong. That was a significant factor for the Bulls. He had 14, Grant with 12. Barkley leading Philadelphia with 34, and then you have to look down the list. Hobson fouled by Oliver. After Barkley, you have 10 points apiece for Hawkins and Bowl. Once again, Dennis Hobson to the line. He came to Chicago on the eve of the draft. Acquired from the New Jersey Nets for a #1 draft pick. Turned out to be Tate George, plus second-round picks in 91 and 92.
And they were hoping that Hobson would be a player that when they sit Michael Jordan down, they'd have another guy who could explode in scoring, a guy who had some size in the guard position like Michael does, a guy who had been a scorer before he came here. Since the trade, Dennis Hobson has not given him what they expected from that position.
Coming up next, fifth and final game between Seattle and Portland. Nick Enberg, Steve Jones will bring it to you from Portland. Oh, Jason Williams supplying some instant offense. Makes the score more respectable, but this is one that the Sixers were not in throughout the second half. Michael Jordan set out the entire fourth quarter. The pull-up by Turner. And the Bulls now lead 103-90. And as you see, we are down to 40 seconds remaining. In effect, it has been a coronation of the Chicago Bulls. Stacey King on the putback. Bulls 105, 76ers 90.
Well, at least the fans here are fair. When Stacey does something they don't like, they boo. When he does something well, they cheer for him.
So time running down, 20 seconds to go. And the Bulls hearing it from the crowd. Livingston fires. Hoppin with the rebound. Williams lost it to Livingston. Gets it off. Defeat the Philadelphia 76ers by the score of 105-92 in game one of the best of 7. With game 2 coming up here in Chicago on Monday night. Charles Barkley with 34 points. Michael Jordan with 29. We'll be back to wrap it right after these messages.
Wouldn't it be great if instead of being in hot water with your boss, you were in warm water in the Caribbean, and swimming toward you was a beautiful fish? No, it was a woman, and yes, she had beer, Keystone. The premium gold-filtered beer in a can that tastes like beer in a bottle because of Keystone's specialty line can. And wouldn't it be great if you told your boss to take that job and